don't have to clean your room when you're on vacation.
Most of all, I'm scared of walking out of this room and never feeling the rest of my whole life the way I feel when I'm with you.
I mean, you got a little bad about 2 minutes there. Come on.
Wow, man. You go after the queers and the women just right off the bat here?
If you remember, my saying is, I tolerate the queers, not eat steers.
Oh, wow, you tolerate them.
I mean, I'm
Lucky
tolerating.
them.
Dude, I mean, I'm tolerating this disgusting bedroom.
It's not as bad as it probably was the first time.
The only difference is that there isn't a cat in here, which I'm pretty sure the cat would be the only thing that would be cleaning itself.
It's true.
At all.
I didn't have a sheet on the bed, I don't think, last time.
No, yeah,
So
it was just a giant brown stain.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, the bed, which I also have to take a boom boom, so.
You gotta take a boom boom?
Yeah, so I'm going to hold that in, though. We'll be good.
Okay. I mean, we could break and you could go.
No, I'm good.
So would you call it a boom boom?
No, I'm not a. How long do you sit on the toilet for? I'm more of a 3-minute kind of guy. Really?
Oh yeah, I take my sweet time.
It's in, it's out, good. I'm a front wipe too. Guy.
I have movements, you know, like there's like three, 4 movements going on at it, you know, with every one session.
I have learned the longer you sit on it, the more your body will hang out and do what's supposed
Yeah,
to
dude,
do.
there's always more shit to come out.
Yeah.
For sure.
I never got people. I know it's more common, but wiping from the back, I don't understand how that works.
Dude, I stand up.
Do you?
I'll wipe it from the side.
I'm more of a front guy. It makes more sense to me.
Yeah, but then you get shit on your balls.
Okay, I always hear that. Who is... This isn't a paintbrush. Like, you're not supposed to be dragging it through. That's how you're supposed to paint. It's just like, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I just prefer to have shit on the top of my crack as opposed to my taint.
It just seems like you're more apt to have a slide when you go to the back. Like, I don't know how you even do it because then your hand's hitting the toilet.
No,
Like,
you gotta stand up.
No, people stand up.
That's what I do.
I used to do that when I was a kid. And that really
Yeah,
wasn't
dude.
normal.
I just never grew out of that.
You know, as
I
long
like
as it's
standing.
clean, I guess. How disgusting will it be in the future when people look back? I mean, granted, a lot of the world doesn't have working toilets right now, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of, like, I think that'd be pretty pretty culturally shocking to people. People are like, oh, it's really terrible in this country. It's like, go take a dump in India and tell me how shitty
Yeah,
it is.
apparently
right
people
now.
just shit on the street.
Yeah, no, that's what I hear. Or they do that thing where I think it's good. There's a hole in the ground they squat over.
Like, I should get one of those for the room.
You're got a litter box.
I could just use the
do it.
litter box. Sweet pea might not like that, though.
So what's going on?
Not much, man. What? So the podcast was just low energy?
Yeah, I don't listen to it.
Okay.
I don't listen to it.
I was downloading it right now, so.
And I just got back to my buddy's place and I ate all day, so I got Noodles and Company, and now I'm just like, I'm in that comatose state. You know, if you eat
Pasta?
yeah. When you're starving. When you're starving and you eat anything, like, it's weird because, like, when, like, you're really hungry, it's like you could just pass out. And then when you eat food, you're like, all right, now I need to pass out.
Yeah, for sure. I love me a
So-
good night. Straight ahead, just ate and passed out today. That's why I'm all fucking groggy.
Yeah, you seem like shit when I opened up the door. It's 5:30 p.m. on a Sunday.
Yeah, dude, I napped from like 2 to 5.
I love napping. This is what I was trying to say. I was trying to do a bit for the first time Friday night about how everybody's like, got baby fever when you're around babies. It's true. I love babies. You know, I like hanging out with babies. I mean, I don't know anybody who sees a baby gets disgusted by it. They're cute. But the problem is everything else I want to do in my life requires pull-out fever. Taking a nap when I want. Playing video games. Doing a dumb podcast.
You could bring the baby by.
Yeah, that's true.
We'd have a little nursery set up.
Playing the litter.
Yeah.
I guess. Why you don't have a phone charger at all? You just go from cord to cord.
I lost it yesterday somehow. I don't know. I went real hard.
I was about to say, were you drinking yesterday?
Yeah, of course. I started drinking at like 10:30 in the morning. Playing D&D all day, and then
You started playing D&D at 10:30. Or did you pregame?
yeah, at 11. So yeah, it was nice though. Just drinking all day for like 13 hours. Feel like dick.
Yeah, I can't imagine doing that anymore in my life.
Doesn't work. as well as it used to.
I can't remember the last time I like drank.
Like got drunk?
Yeah, like I'm talking like more than like I can't drive. Like I need an Uber or walk.
Damn, dude. Every night for me.
It isn't even that like I like getting drunk. Like I like it. I kind of don't like it because I hate myself when I'm drinking. Only because I'm a friendlier person, and I like being friendly because I feel like I am. But like the next day I'm just like fucking talking my ass off. Like yeah man, blah 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 blah. Like I get like the thing is like I'm a happy drunk. But sober me hates my words, so I just like, man, you were such a douche last night. And the person I was talking to was like, yeah, he's a nice guy, he's just talking some shit. But like I just like dwell on it's not even hangovers, like the dwelling on the conversations. Those last much longer than hangovers.
Yeah, just regretting the shit, and then but what I always have to remember is like no one gives a fuck about me.
Right?
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
nobody cares about a conversation. It's shit.
Yeah, I always wake up just like, oh man, why the fuck did I say that? But I'm just like, they forgot about me 10 minutes after the conversation ended.
Well, I get like real like positive and like chatty and like.
I fuck with people hard when I get drunk. Like I'm like more social, but I prod and poke real hard.
That's just me. See, I do that when I'm sober, and I like that more.
When I'm sober, I just don't talk to anyone really at all.
Oh, that's cool.
That's why I have to get fucking drunk for these things. Cheers.
Cheers. I'm not drinking. I'm not drinking that crow. This is a pinch hit. I was not expecting to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
And I wasn't going after women. I just said, yeah, take the opportunity, people, men or women, or however you identify. I have a question.
Yeah.
They say abortion rights, right? Or your opinion. I read... Like, I like to go on Twitter and see people being outraged about different stuff. Both sides. And I saw this one girl, this guy said, I would never have, as in him as a couple, like, would want to have an abortion if you got somebody pregnant. But he supports a woman's right to choose. And this girl's like, shut the fuck up. Why can't you just say you support it and blah, blah, it doesn't affect you? So my question that I want to ask somebody is, because I think everybody should have an opinion. I mean, it's an opinion, so you can have one about it. But by her logic, she is now, what, was it like transphobic against trans women? Because they can't have children. So is she saying that, that even that woman cannot have an opinion because it technically does not affect them since they can't get pregnant?
Yeah, that's like I think radfeb is what it's called, like radical feminism, where they don't necessarily include trans women because...
That's why they get rid of the pussy hats.
Really?
Yeah, because they said that it was... Because they excluded trans.
Yeah, so that's like a whole level, like genre of feminism where it's called like exclusionary feminism or whatever.
Jesus, they got a name for everything.
Yeah.
Well, because there's my answer.
Well, their argument is, you weren't born with a vagina, so you don't really know what like the actual struggles are from day one.
That seems more in line with like right wing. That's crazy. They're super progressive in their ideas, but they act out.
I think it's also not necessarily like excluding them like with rights or anything like that. It's just like, let's call science what it is, and all this shit where it's like being born with a vagina is different than transitioning. That's what their argument is. Which,
I guess like that's my thing. I would just like to hear that in conversation so I can ask that question and see how they would react. Because when someone like that has like, this doesn't affect you, like you're expecting them to be like super like progressive. It's like, but by your own logic, you're anti-progressive.
Dude, I mean, I think a lot of this, left, like radical left stuff is super non-progressive. I mean,
yeah.
They're both kind of on the extreme levels. They're both pretty constricting as far as
it's basically getting
what
to
you
the
can
point
do.
where like it's I can't even describe. It's like can't even like listen to the extreme of right and left because it's just so like fucking like not reality. When like you hear some of this stuff, you're just like, wait, what? Like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's interesting to me that people just also just jump into the camp and just assume all of the points that camp has. When it's like, dude, just go through. Like, I've always said this. I think the one thing that you can cherry pick is politics. Like, you are allowed to.
Yeah.
Just choose all these different things.
Yeah, it's a la carte. I don't, this isn't a fucking 10-course meal that I'm sticking to. I'm going a la carte, I'm going buffet style,
Try shit out, and if you just don't like it, it's like, oh shit, fuck that one up.
This is my theory on it, is that, I mean, I guess it's called identity politics, but I think how it works is that if you say, like for me, like I'm pro-choice, but I'm not married to that cornerstone. So, like, people are like, I'm pro-choice. Like, okay, well, then what about immigration, for example? Then, like, in, like, their head, like, well, shit, I'm pro-choice, so that means I gotta be, it's
whatever the left position is.
Yeah, it's like,
that.
it's just like, you're a lot, like, just, like, they attach their cornerstones to, like, everything. Where it's like, no, you can have, like, a hard belief in something that's, like, a real, like, base cornerstone, in this case, like, the left, and still not go along with everything about it. Like, maybe you don't want to pay for, like, free college because for whatever reason, like, you have your opinion about it. But, like, just because you're like, oh, I'm pro-choice, so everybody goes to college, even though I don't necessarily see how that's possible. Like,
and they're two completely different things.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
One's more of a medical/moral thing, and the other one's, more of an economic, like citizen type of thing. It's just they're two completely different issues. Yeah, you shouldn't have to align on one thing.
I think that's the thing, though, is that people just like, and then people just get programmed. I mean, I don't know. It's all bullshit. I don't know what to talk about. I feel like I always talk about this when you and I
get a little political here.
Well, it's not like political. See, that's the problem. Is that like I don't feel like it's like political. I feel like observing human behavior and like calling it out is like now that's political. It's like what? No, it's not. I'm talking about somebody thinking and like their critical thinking and their approach and how they came to that conclusion. That's not political. I'm saying they're wrong or right. I'm just disagreeing with their logic, but then that puts you on the other side.
I guess in theory then can you be, is it being involved in politics by just commenting but say you never vote?
I mean, now it is today. It used to not be like that.
Yeah.
It used to be like if you didn't vote, then like don't talk about it. And now it's just like, well, I mean, shit, dude, half those celebrities that talk out their ass and then like they don't vote. So it's just like, but they're allowed to do that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't vote.
Yeah, hopefully, I wonder who Jussie Smollett's going to vote for.
Who's that?
I just told you, the guy that faked the hoax.
Oh, that was that guy.
Oh, supposedly. I should say that. Allegedly. It's Sunday afternoon, so not everything's happened, but it's crazy. I love...
Did this just happen recently?
Yeah, so it happened. So for those people who are not familiar, this dude, the Empire actor, gay, black guy, he was at Subway at 2 a.m. when it was like -4 degrees in Chicago. He had his sandwich, and then he got pulled. He went to an alley or something. And then, like, they have no footage of it, right, of the attack. And then he comes out from the alley with a noose around his neck. Subway sandwich still intact. Goes to his apartment for like an hour. Then they call the cops. Cops come. He still has a noose around his neck. And
he never took it off?
Yeah, I don't know. And so it was this big thing. And then, like, for like the past 2 weeks, everybody's like, this is where America's at. This is where everything's at. And then, like...
It's one fucking thing.
Right, yeah. And then they were like, okay. And the cops, obviously are like, this is a national story. We're the Chicago police, arguably one of the most corrupt police forces in the country. Sure. Well, the guy just got convicted for shooting Daquan Williams, or what the guy's name was. And, but so anyways, they kept digging, and eventually so... I guess to bring it full circle and everything, they did find security footage, or the camera footage, CCTV, of these two guys walking, and there's Jussie. His name's weird. It's Jussie, like Aussie. Jussie.
I like that.
And I like the name. And then he did his interview on Good Morning America last week. He's like, I have no doubt that those guys are the guys that did it. He's like, if I said they were Muslim, Mexican, or black, all these people would not be doubting me, blah, blah, blah.
These are two white guys?
He said that there were two white guys. They call them the N-word, the F-word, not Nickelback fan thing. And then that they were wearing like MAGA hats or something, which is hilarious to also think that like you have Trump supporters in downtown Chicago at 2 a.m. Oh, also, they poured bleach on him. And
Whoa.
so anyways, cops raided this apartment where these two brothers live at. And everybody's like, what the hell's going on? They interview them. They hold them for the 48 hours in the hold. Then they release them because they said new evidence has changed the trajectory of the investigation. That's the word. And basically what's coming out is that it's these, which is hilarious because ironically it was two black guys because they're Nigerian, but they were on the show Empire, so he knew them and supposedly he paid them each $3,500 to do it. And the whole reason was because he was going to get written off the show Empire, which Empire has denied. But regardless, it's more like he did it not as like an anti-Trump move or not for like to like move the progressive agenda forward. He did it so he could keep making money, which is hilarious. And I love it when people have such an obnoxious fall.
I hope that's true. For one, it would be one less hate crime that exists. And for two, this guy just fucking went for it, dude. That's going hard.
That's so, I mean, and I can't wait. He's like, oh, I know, it's a lie that got out of control. It's like, no, it was pretty thought out.
It seems like, I mean, keeping the noose around your neck.
I know, and I feel like, you should be charged for like an anti-hate crime or something. Like, you know how it's like...
I think there is something like that.
I think they can only get like a false police report and like make him pay back the money that they spent on it.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Because then they can sue for reparations, ironically, so that he can pay back the money that they used on all that stuff, on his investigation. But they have like 10 investigators. They've had, dude, I can't imagine the stress you give yourself just knowing that you have like, you're trying to fool an entire country. On top of that, like 10 investigators. Like you're trying to fool 10 detectives.
All for a paycheck.
Yeah, so you can keep getting one. It's just like, dude, I mean, to me, someone who does that is like narcissistic and like not as talented as they want to be, because it's just like,
sure.
It's like if you get written off the show, you wouldn't be the first person ever to be. Go do something instead of trying to exploit.
Well, he did.
He did.
He hired these two guys.
But
was he like injured at all?
Yeah, he had like a cut on his face and like swollen and stuff. So they actually do these guys like bodybuilders that like hit him and stuff. But like, Jesus. I just think that'd be like weird to be like. I mean, could you go? I mean, I know you would do it for $3,500. I mean, I see the bedroom, but like,
oh yeah, just to go beat someone up for $3,500.
But they didn't get charged, so I mean, I just I have this weird thing that whenever there's like a national news story like this that's like developing in real time, it doesn't matter what it is, I'm all over it all the time, checking it like every 45 minutes.
You love this shit.
Dude, when the Boston bombing went off, I was listening to police scanners. I was watching... Because I remember that guy, the brothers were on the run.
Yeah, yeah.
And stuff. Dude, that was like...
It was on like live nightly television.
Oh, dude, it was awesome. I mean, it was interesting. It happened on my birthday.
Because they had him out in like that boat or whatever.
Yeah,
right? They finally got him.
Well, the crazy thing was they drove... They went to what campus was that? They killed that security guy.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was a huge shootout in the middle of the street where they like ran over one dude's body because they were throwing out pipe bombs from the back of their car too. And they were like, it was like a movie. And then the younger dude got wounded, but then got away and they found him in that boat.
In that boat, yeah.
Because the dude looked out back and saw that the strap was undone. Which is also, we won't get into it, but if you read about those origin stories, that's a crazy conspiracy too, that they were like basically patsies.
I don't know anything about...
Dude, that is a big rabbit hole that they were...
Like, is one of the theories like the government set them up?
Yeah.
Is that like the main one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's like some like weird interview that an FBI agent did that had like a connection to like the older brother, and I mean it's been a couple years since I read it, but basically this FBI agent was in this apartment interviewing this guy, and then there was a quote unquote struggle where this guy was then shot and killed. Like, but he has like some weird connection to their brothers and stuff, but like he was basically like a loose end. But my whole thing is like the younger brothers in Supermax out in Colorado. And he like pledged allegiance to like ISIS or whatever it was, like during court. It's like he had his chance.
Maybe they were like setting them up, which they do a lot with terrorists, like get them to plot something so that they can
arrest
play
them.
But like maybe they just didn't catch them in time or something.
Or
like
sometimes,
that.
or sometimes they think they're placing a fake bomb. But there's been no. I haven't actually read a confirmation of like an interview.
I'm gonna have to investigate that
Dude,
one.
read that one. It's crazy. Well, it doesn't matter though. They could really release all that information and like nobody would give a shit. Because the thing is like, and this is gonna sound crazy. I wonder, people are probably gonna tune out on this episode. But I don't want to talk about anything else. But like MK Ultra is a very real thing. MK Ultra is the government like brainwashing people, psychiatric patients, giving them medication, conditioning them to carry out like assassinations and plots.
Like Manchurian Candidate shit?
Yeah. And they activate these people basically when they're ready because like they're like, it was in the 70s.
That's when they were using acid and stuff like that.
Yeah. And but they were like conditioning these people. The guy who shot Lennon, John Lennon, Sirhan was Bobby Kennedy. Why can I not think of John Lennon's?
I can't remember.
But dude, yeah, he was basically like
he was the book guy, right?
Yeah.
That book. Fuck me.
I can't remember. I can't think of his name. But like, anyways, this all took place in Stanford.
Catcher in the Rye.
Okay. I don't know if that had to do with anything.
He read that book and apparently like got like convinced to do it by reading that book.
That was John something. Call in, people.
Yeah, we got a number here.
Is this? I don't think this stuff's even funny, but
it'd have to be funny. I'm not really worried about that.
But like, yeah, I can tell. I've seen your sets. Dude, your set Friday night. Want to talk about that one? Oh, let me wrap up MK Ultra real fast though. Is that and it's also what Stranger Things is based off, MK Ultra and the Montauk Project. But all this stuff's been declassed. There's been people saying that they went through the program, and also on top of that, they destroyed a bunch of papers that like talked about it. But like, that's the thing is like, this shit is out there. It's official. It was done at Stanford University. Like, there's connections with like Ted Kaczynski.
Why wouldn't they do that? You know, why wouldn't the government get involved in shit like that?
So, dude, this is
control the masses.
You want to hear my own conspiracy theory now? Is that they realize the human brain, you can't contain it. Whatever operating in you, whatever actually driving you to see stuff through your eyes and interpret reality and stuff, like whatever that is inside you, like it's obviously more than just like a brain.
You mean like consciousness?
Yes. Like they can't control consciousness, whether it's individual or collective, but they want to be able to read your thoughts. They want to be able to tell you what to think, what to do, act a certain way.
You can clearly condition people.
And guess what happens? Cell phones. I'm thinking that, considering how much, because the thing is like we are now collectively putting in data where they're putting in stuff like predictive models and like different things like that. We're receiving information and having group think, but I think what also is a double-edged sword because then you're able to now talk to somebody in fucking East Asia and able to connect across. So I think it's like 50-50 where I think part of that, you look at NSA, I mean, they collect everything.
Oh, for sure.
So, I mean, I just had like, I was just thinking one day, I'm like, I was just looking at a phone, I was like, why do we need this? Like, why do we allow this technology? Like, it doesn't, like, it's not good.
Fun. It's addictive.
Not good.
No.
It's basically like, dude, I mean, I guess I'm just a cynical fuck, but,
No, I mean, that makes sense.
Can I take a breath?
With that Neuralink shit that Elon Musk is working on, like, that right around the corner, of course, is what's next, when people can start reading minds, or at least I can send you my ideas to you really quick, directly.
I mean, basically, I just try to, dude, I was listening to this podcast, God, I can't remember which one it was, but this chick, she was talking about how she was at South by Southwest, and like 10, 12 years ago, and she was talking to some developers, I want to say like, I feel like the iPhone or something, like Apple, when they were like making it, and there was like, it was like a after party or something like that, they were like talking, and they were just like, you'd have no clue what's coming down the pike, like we have all this stuff, like, but they're like, we need to slowly release it because like people won't, like it's gonna be too much, like, blah blah blah. And she like, I mean, this is all based off her word, but why would she lie about it? But it was just like saying like these, like 10 years before all this stuff was coming out, like the iPhone, they were like, oh, it's crazy, blah blah blah, shit like that. And,
I mean, shit's already coming out super fast. And
technology is exponential, so you're building tomorrow's technology with today. So each day you're getting better technology that you're building tomorrow's. So it doesn't go up on like a linear fucking straight line. It's curved and it goes straight up. Ray Krasinski or whatever his name is.
The Uncanny Valley.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
Okay.
Though, is when basically technology will get to a point where we no longer understand it, and it's progressing way past our ability to understand.
Mm-hmm. But then they start the next iteration of mankind.
Terminator.
Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about some other stuff.
Yeah. Well, what about my set Friday?
Well, you had a Chinese man ask you to sing instead of tell jokes.
That was fucking weird. And he said he was a congresswoman. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? That was was he heckling anybody else?
Yeah, Kyle said that. He said something to her.
Okay.
Wait a minute, was she really a congresswoman?
No, it was just some Asian dude.
No, the woman was a congresswoman.
The guy that told me to sing said he was a congresswoman.
I thought the blonde chick was a congresswoman.
No, the only one I was talking to the whole time during my set was that one guy.
Dude, okay, so I was really confused because I thought the blonde chick, I think it was the blonde chick, was a congresswoman. I think you must have mixed it up.
I must have.
Because when you said, can I say what you said?
Yeah.
So you're like, all right, I'll sing. And you're like, fuck you, congresswoman.
Yeah.
And then she gave this look like, oh, what? Like, it was like you said it about her out of nowhere.
Well, that sucks. Because I meant to just be talking to the guy.
Because, dude, after
he was saying, like, I'm a congress. He was pointing to himself and saying
really?
it. So maybe I got it mixed up initially, and then he just kept going with it. But that was really weird, too, that he just told me to sing.
I just thought it was weird that front row we had some dude in broken English just watching open mic comedy, to be honest. Like, I didn't know he was there.
Was he by himself, too?
I don't know. I did it by
that
myself.
Mike, dude, you just get some strange fucking people.
Yeah, it's crazy.
More than any other one, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The other ones are like college kids, but that's like fucking weird because it's just Friday night in the short north.
And Truckhead's too far away that people don't hang out down there and wander into.
And just that weekend crowd too, it's like people from the suburbs and shit coming out.
Yeah.
I guess Bossy Girl on Saturdays that'll be like older OSU people.
I went to the 40 Hands last night.
How was it?
That was okay. I can only stay like 10:45. And I was like, well, I'll show up like 9:30, hang out, and then watch like 45. They didn't start like 10:20, of course. So I watched like a couple people, and then
who hosted? Cecil or
Ian? Cecil was part of it.
Oh, okay.
And then he puked in the back.
Nice, like outside.
No, it wasn't like a real puke. He chugged the first 40, I guess, and like his first like swig. Like he just like chugged the 40.
One way to do it.
And then like I was standing next to him. And it was like me, him, Jameson, and I think Ty. And like he's like, I just got a burp. Like I'm gonna be fine. Like, it was just like a fullness. And then all of a sudden, I just hear it, just like it's that beer puke. And
it's like foamy,
slippery type stuff. It's like a soapy water.
Yeah.
And so he's like throwing up and shit. But then,
just like on the floor back there.
Just a little bit. Then he ran to the trash can and stuff. But. I don't know.
That's funny. It's bound to happen at those fucking things.
Do you think I offended anybody at the jump at this?
What do you mean?
When I said I'm here, I like,
I don't know, man.
Nah, we'll move on. It came from a good place. It came from the heart.
Just glad that you're out here just tolerating people.
Yeah, I feel like there's like a lot of people, man. I feel like, I feel like, Ted Bundy had friends. Everyone has friends. Like, that's why I don't, like, when people, like, I get, like, some people are, like, jerks and assholes, but, like, at the end of the day, it's just like, yeah, but they have friends that tolerate that aspect of them. Like,
Yeah, and all of my friends.
Right, exactly, and me too. Like, this is how I put it, is that, I call it the apple test. Is that if you sit next to somebody and they eat an apple, and if you don't care, then you're friends with them. You tolerate them.
Just because it's annoying and loud and...
Yes. Yeah. Have you ever been around somebody eating an apple that you don't mind or whatever. Like, you don't care. You ever around somebody, like a roommate just eating an apple as you're watching TV? Like, you want to go fucking crazy. You're just like...
I've never been outraged at someone eating an apple.
Yeah, but you probably thought somebody that did something really innocuous was annoying, but only because they were doing it.
Oh, for sure.
Like, oh god, he's running up the steps or something. Like, you know,
fucking assholes running up the stairs.
Right, exactly. But then your friend does. You're like, yeah, I don't think twice about it. Like, you know.
I like how you get angry at people running upstairs and
no, I mean,
apples.
it's just I mean, people that I don't like, and I do like things annoy you and stuff like. Well, dude, okay, let's say it was an apple and you're just watching a TV and you just heard a like, you would stop your show and be like, all right, where the fuck is that coming from? Like,
there's no one there.
Right, yeah, exactly. And shit, but yeah, I mean, I think that when you find somebody that you like, when you find that special somebody, I think it's not about like be like, oh, we're so compatible, and I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think you got to be.
You just tolerate each other more.
You find somebody that you can compromise with, like, you know, like that's my whole thing.
That's why I'm single.
Right, exactly.
I don't compromise.
Well, I don't even know what's a compromise with you. It's the problem.
Yeah, well, that's because I'd have to meet them halfway.
Right, yeah,
I don't budge.
Right, I mean, like, the thing is, it's just like, you know, if there was somebody that I didn't enjoy being around, or someone I didn't want to be with, they're like, oh, I want to go do this today. Like, I'd be like, absolutely not. But if Dana's like, let's go do this, I'm like, I don't want to do that, but I'll do it. It's like, that's the compromise. It doesn't make us, like, a compatible, like, it's not like I'm all of a sudden going to have that hobby.
Like a square and a square peg.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of couples run into the issue where, like, I think sometimes it's, like, more on, like, the female end of it, where they're, like, they think that, like, their hobbies are now your new interest. It's like, no. It's like, just because I'm with you, I don't actually, like, that was fake, like, in the first 3 months. Like, I really don't like doing brunch and things like that. Like, you know, like, I just did that so that you would like me, like, but that really isn't a hobby of mine, you know?
I love brunch as a hobby.
Dude, I mean, it's an event.
It definitely is a thing, right, for sure.
And that's what I'm saying, and, like, you know, I mean, yeah. You know, guys drag their fucking... He was like, oh, yeah, she's a fucking Browns fan now. He's like, is she really a Browns fan? Or does she find a jersey that's cute that she'll wear because you watch the Browns? And, like, I guess
it's been... For me, I've always mostly dated artists or, you know, musicians or shit like that because we're just doing the same things.
Yeah.
But, I'm not going to sleep. Dating a comedian would probably be real hard.
Yeah, I mean, have you seen the ones out there?
I mean, I'm out there.
I'm joking.
Looking real good.
Could you date a comedian?
I mean, if we were in the same, that's the only way I would be able to hang out with her at all because, you know, I'm out every fucking night as much as I can be.
Yeah, well, I'm lucky that Dana doesn't, like, she understands.
She doesn't, yeah.
She has never given me shit about, there was, like, one time where I was on, like, a 4-week stretch where, like, I didn't, like, miss a night. And, like, that's kind of understandable. Like, you know, where I'm doing, like, even, like, the Saturday and Thursday late mics and stuff like that.
It's also just something you have to do every now and then, but...
Yeah, I mean, you go through it.
It's tough, though. I mean, I would fucking... If I didn't go out every night and I dated someone that did... I mean, think about it. They're going out to a bar
right,
every night with people that they're getting along with.
Yeah, it's not like, hey, I gotta go to the library and go do this, whatever. It's like they're going to the bar.
We're going to the bar. I'm gonna be drinking.
And doing things, especially if, like, you know, and our thing, you know, we're dating chicks, is that it's like, oh, also, like, you're gonna be the funny chick at the bar. Like, listen, I'm not saying that I'm a jealous person, but, like, that's intimidating. I mean, you got to have a certain level of confidence to be able to be okay with dating a chick like that. Much like a chick would probably have to be confident around a guy that, like, travels the world, going to beaches around, like, beautiful women and stuff. Like, you know, you got to be able to, like, I don't have it in me, but some people do.
Yeah, I've had issues with jealousy in the past, but I just try to fucking ignore it. It's like, because it's always unjustified. You're always just making it up in your head most of the time.
Yeah, you really are. Have you ever been cheated on?
Yeah.
So it sounds like a little more.
I mean, sometimes it was self-fulfilled prophecy, you know, where, like, you push them away so much that they do cheat on you.
Yeah.
Because you just they're like, fuck it, but...
I feel like they should still break up with you, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, man. First girl I lost my virginity to, she had a threesome with 2 of my friends, and I found out 6 months after we broke up. And if I found out that every single one of my friends knew. And no one, even after we broke up, no one fucking told me. That's intense, dude.
That's dude. Yeah, I don't know what I would do if I found out about that. I probably would be like, that's their situation. I'm a very laissez-faire, like.
I mean, at that point, I was just, when I found out I was 19, so like it was pretty, or I was like 18, so I was pretty young.
Jesus, how old was this chick?
16, because I was 17 when we were dating. And then
was
I found
porn
out
accessible to you guys at that age?
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude, like I just feel like that shit didn't. I mean, I'm sure it did happen when I was like 16, but like that's not never. But I feel like kids would have never fucking have done that if they didn't have porn.
What, you mean having threesomes or whatever?
Yeah.
Like while in high school?
Yes, absolutely. I feel like that's a very like, hey, like I'm wasted at college. I'm gonna try this out. Like I've experienced like enough. Where like I'm gonna take my fantasies to the next level, not like I feel like at 16 you should still be like kind of exploring like the monogamous like or at least one partner at a time.
We were also like, hardcore drinkers and drug users, so I think that was a lot of it too. It was just a lot of debauchery going on.
Yeah,
I mean like it literally like every single night there was some underage party at some person's house that where
that's
like
crazy
just a lot of making out and fingering and shit would go on.
Dude, that's crazy. I mean. I'm not a naive person, but I grew up in a pretty like that was my phone. Nice. Pretty like sheltered environment. Not like it was like ever like we weren't allowed to find out things. It's just like dude, there was like nothing to do back home, and like every party got busted. So I just never went to them because it was just like it just always got broken up. Like cops always showed up and shit.
Yeah, Reynoldsburg just. The cops hardly did anything. Well, like we used to have, there used to be boxing matches at night. And
underage drinking in my hometown was like a felony. So like, out in like Reynoldsburg, it's like
just gonna make some kid a felon for getting drunk.
I mean, it's obviously not a felony, but yeah, like you would like. Like they would do that and like pretty much.
Probably because there's nothing else going on, so why not bust those parties?
I had a buddy get busted for underage drinking at a party. And then he was enlisting to the Marines, so he didn't get any community service because he was like, I feel like I'm going to be doing my community service coming up. Judge was like, yeah, you're right. So he got out of it. Fucking prom night, had to pull over on the side of the road, and he got out of the car, was like puking on the side of the road. A fucking sheriff busted him. He had to go back to court 2 weeks later in front of the same judge.
Damn.
And then he got busted again later in the summer for underage drinking.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Did he end up going to the Marines?
Oh, yeah.
They still took him. He said, fuck it, dude.
Yeah. Remember, this is still like, this is probably the dip.
That's their type right there.
Yeah, this is like 2004, so they've probably seen a dip in enlistments back then.
Yeah, I feel like wasn't there an uptick around 2003 with the Iraq War?
Dude, I don't know. I just like blanked out just realizing that was 15 years ago from me.
15, yeah.
I graduated 15 years ago.
2003 or 4 is when you graduated?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2007 for me. Fuck, man. We're old. Old people. I'm getting fucking gray. Everyone starts noticing it now.
Dude, nobody can believe I'm 30. I'm going to be 33.
Yeah. You look 10 years younger than I do.
Yeah.
But that's only because I look 58.
You look terrible.
I look awful.
I think what it is you don't have a house, you don't have kids, and you don't drink, and I feel like that's what keeps me young.
Mm-mm.
And so, I mean, I smoked for 13 years too, and so, I mean, I'm still not completely off cigarettes. Today is 63 days since we won't get into semantics.
Dude, I was gonna let you finish that one.
Smoking half a pack a day for 13 years too. Hitting a cig a couple, like once or twice a week. I mean,
still not good, but way
not
better.
Good, dude, way better. Dude, and the thing is, I feel like you could have one cigarette a week for your entire life and have it have zero impact.
Some people do that too.
I mean, I can't because I'm addicted, so like I couldn't hold it. But like the thing is, if you aren't addicted to cigarettes, they're not really that enjoyable when you're sober. I would imagine.
I don't know. I chain smoke while I work, like while I'm driving. So it's just because I'm just sitting there all day. So I like to chain smoke. But if I'm in the brewery working or if I'm at home, I hardly smoke at all. Unless I'm drinking, and then
Right, but that's not what I was saying. I was saying if you aren't a smoker, then I can't imagine a single sober cig is enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like once every 2 weeks, it's just like, how would you enjoy that?
But if say you were like an ex-smoker and you had one a week, then you really fucking enjoy that cigarette.
And that's the problem though, is that you gotta buy 20.
Yeah.
And that's why I will hit yours.
You can go get singles, Lucy's.
They closed that place down.
But dude, there's like 3 places around here that you can go get a menthol for 35 cents or 50 cents. Yeah. I mean, it's illegal, but you can do it.
I just like saying that I haven't had a cigarette, because that's the truth. I haven't had a cigarette.
Right.
Like,
you just had a lot of
wine. Collectively, I'm probably up to like 2 or 3, but that falls in line with what we were just talking about, though.
It's true.
But yeah, I mean, and say like, well, you had a cigarette. It's like, okay, give a smoker a cigarette, let them take 2 puffs and take it away. Be like, dude, you just had a cig. They'd be like, that is not a cigarette. I had a drag.
Yeah, dude, I get mad sometimes when like I get down to the filter and I feel like I haven't smoked the whole thing yet. It's just like, oh fuck, do I have to light up another one? Like, I'm still unsatisfied even though I smoked this whole thing.
And yours take like years to finish this.
I know, man. I love it though. We had a cigar at that cigar lounge set last month.
Oh yeah.
And now, dude, I just sat there for an hour just inhaling the fuck out of that cigar, dude. It was tight. I was getting high as fuck.
Yeah. I soccer on Wednesdays, dude. We got the roast battle coming up, and how you feeling?
Better now that I know actually what's going on and that I only have to write 5 jokes.
Jay Cokes and RJ Creamer are judging.
Okay. I don't think I know Jay Cokes.
Yeah.
I don't think I know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know who he is either.
Your glasses always been broken like that?
These have been. I have broken glasses, but they in my backup pair. I lost my. Dude, I have a poltergeist.
Back on?
It pops up. I have a poltergeist in my house, so like literally, like things are just like missing from the house. It's like crazy, and stuff. And my glasses were on my desk, and they were just gone like a month ago. Like.
Maybe someone's living in the other side of the apartment and crawling into your side.
We do have squirrels in the attic right now that we're trying to get rid of.
Maybe they're not squirrels. That shit's so fucking creepy. Those videos online of like...
I know somebody that happened to. My older roommate, when I lived out in Blacklick, at the condos behind Meyer. You know what I'm talking about? Wagner and Burke.
Yeah. That's like right where I grew up.
Yeah, they. I'm glad it took you so long to remember that. Then is that
I just haven't been out there for a while.
Is that her and her boyfriend, like fucking somebody was just living in their attic. I can't remember the whole thing.
How did they find him?
This was like 6 years ago, and like I didn't like we were just like loosely like she used to live with me and my roommate. Like she was my roommate's cousin. And then, so like I wasn't like ever like friends with her while we were living together. So we never like talked after she moved out. But I just remember her telling me or something, or him telling me like that actually did fucking happen. There was a squad.
I wouldn't be able to fucking sleep anywhere for the rest of my life. Just knowing that like, that creeps me out. I had, my apartment on campus got robbed 3 times in 1 year. And they only took a bike one time, and so after that they would just move shit around, and dude, it was just so uncomfortable to just go to that house.
Yeah, I mean, when I worked at the building on Broad Street, it was a big office building. They found a homeless guy, fucking living in like the abandoned top floor.
He just had his own fucking penthouse suite.
Dude, which is creepy because...
Did you need, like, clearance cards to get in and stuff, or, like...
Yeah, but, like, I mean, I'm sure there's...
I wonder how...
Yeah, I forgot how, but, like, shit always breaks and stuff like that. Like, homeless people are very resourceful.
I mean, they have all day.
They're almost as smart as raccoons.
Someone just had a funny bit about homelessness on Friday.
Oh, Peter Brick.
Was it Peter Brick? That was a really funny bit.
Yeah, I don't like to compliment other people, so we'll keep moving forward.
No, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, no, it's just basically it's just like when you say like some homeless guy asked me for money, it's just like, yeah, it's not like, oh, this guy with a studio apartment came up and was asking, like, you somehow, it's like, yeah, clearly the homeless is they're asking you for money. Like,
well, it's the only, like, genre of people that we call them by their living situation. Like, you don't call someone like studio apartment. Studio apartment guy over there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's how that joke went. I couldn't remember and stuff.
Yeah, way to just butcher someone else's bit, dude.
I mean, if I ever gave a shit.
I clearly did not butcher it. How long have we been on?
I don't know.
Probably like about an hour.
What does that timer say? Is that just the beats or something?
Yeah, that's just the measures.
Why don't you, if you hit the drop down arrow next to it, you can switch over to time.
This thing?
Yeah.
There it is. 46 minutes.
We'll round it up to 50.
So yeah, we got the roast battle coming up. You're doing Johnny.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be fun.
Fucking mobile park, fucking Raggedy Andy, Wigger.
Whoa, shots fired.
I mean, I'm trying to come up with anything. I just gotta find out if his dad's dead. If everybody knows if Johnny Collins' dad is dead, I would just love to know that.
That's your angle you're trying to get at.
I mean, that would be an easy.
You're just hoping his dad's dead so you could write about it.
Yeah, and
that's not awful.
I mean, I don't think they had a good relationship. So I mean, it could be. But then I know he's also a manager at Donato's.
There's enough material right there.
I know he has puffy nipples.
Does he have puffy nipples?
I think so. And something. Oh, he got a chicken wing thrown at him one time up in Cleveland for saying a racist joke. He had a rape joke that I guess didn't go over too great in Columbus. He has freckles. His hair looks like a Skrillex mullet. He looks like a fucking broke ass Christian Slater. Metrotextual mechanic. What else about this guy?
Anyway, so we're doing that.
Anyways.
That's going to be at Shrunken on Thursday. That's no cover, I don't think, right? I think it's free.
Probably.
So that'll be fun. That's my first official gig.
Is it?
Right there, dude. Yeah.
Because getting made fun of?
Is getting made fun of.
I think you and I should have been.
I'll take any fucking joke or any gig I can get, dude.
It should be good. Yeah, I got a few buddies going out to it, so it should be fun. I wish there was somebody that really knew me, so they could really. Because I don't know. I feel like I don't give much, so I feel like a lot of people don't really. Nobody really asks or cares to know me anyway. So.
Well, I mean, it'll be funny to see him bomb because he doesn't know shit, or watch him just murder.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Is that I feel like he should really be reveling in this role because I feel like he could really come up with some good stuff against me. And I think that's probably what everybody's mindset is going into it. You're worried that you're not worried, but like, oh man, they could really just tee off and hit a home run, and my shit's gonna suck. You know.
I mean, this is my first gig, and I'm going against Jameson, who's a fucking veteran of comedy. Like he's been doing this for a while, so I think
that's an easy joke to make fun of about.
Just him doing it for a while.
Yeah.
And me not doing it.
He used to be a janitor.
Jameson?
Yeah.
I've got a couple friends that used to work with him, so there's some material. We've already got some stuff going for that. But that'll be fun. And then I got a show the following Tuesday.
Yeah.
Me and Chris.
Okay, cool. I was worried that was this Tuesday.
No. Me and Chris Dowdy are hosting a show, which is our first comedy showcase at Jimmy V's.
I'm gonna be there.
That'll be cool.
I'll be out there.
It'll be fun.
Go support that shit. Yeah, and then I'll be out at Lucas's Craft and Vinyl doing.
Is that going on again? Or is this like a book show?
It's a show.
Okay.
No, it's dude, it's not gonna be that great. Come show up. Just because it's gonna be like the dude that's running it is have tickets for $10. Who's gonna pay $10 to go see me?
Wait. They're charging $10.
Yeah, and I'm the headliner. I'm supposed to do 45 minutes. I just said yeah.
What?
I'm joking.
I was like, you're gonna have to sell those tickets, dude.
No. I picked them up for Lucas. There's about 300 tickets. Okay, the place holds about 30 people, and it's $10 ticket. You get 15% off vinyl if you guys want to go. But also, it's like music act, comedian. Like, it's just like, that's not how.
So
it's the owner running it, and like,
okay.
And Lucas is just like, I mean, Lucas could just say no, I guess, but
it's also the only, I think, one that he has an in with that spot.
Right? Yeah. So it's just like, I mean,
the owner's getting in. See, that's.
But the way how I put it is like, what comedian tours with a musician? No one does. It doesn't.
Well, they used to. I mean, Gary Shandling used to tour with fucking like Madonna and that's like Eddie Murphy and everyone used to do back in the day. And then now, I mean, like, we have that festival at the Map Free Stadium where, like, Pauly Shore...
Well, that's different, though, because, like, that's a tent. They're not, like, bringing a band up between the sets and, like, rocking out. It's like they're going for, like, blocks of time. Like, you know, they'll have, like, a comedy hour or whatever.
Right.
And it's not like they're going on the main stage after, like, Foo Fighters.
Which that has happened before, too.
Right, yeah. I feel like that's a festival. This isn't a show, though. Like, what I'm saying is just, like... But even then, you hear the comedians, they hate doing it for the most part. They'll have some good shows. You hear them talk about it, but for the most part, it's usually these disaster shows, especially those festivals, because they're doing it during the daytime. They do have Bonnaroo. I mean, they have comedy.
Right. Well, they've done Columbus before, where Lucas was on a show where it was bands, comedian, because I think my buddies booked it like that.
Yeah, his buddies did it, yeah.
Yeah, and he was just like, that was really awkward. So in Columbus, it's kind of...
Well, do you know what made it weird was I went to that, and like it was at the Big Room bar, CD 1025, and they did the Big Room bar, and it was weird because you stood up on the stage, but you were like 4 inches taller, and everybody's standing. So it's just like, it looks like you're giving an announcement. But his
like spoken word or something.
Yeah, but his buddy went up and murdered whatever his name is, Mike or something from Cleveland. Check him out, Mike from Cleveland. He fucking killed. But I did see him totally annihilate some fucking heckler chick. One of the funniest things ever was that he said something about like trashing England or something, and she was just like, you know, like this punk chick, blah blah blah, and she was just like. She said something and he started like talking. He's like, what? And she was saying something. He's like, all right. He's like, yeah. It's like, we can debate even more up here. That'd be great. Or something. And like, he just started like, trashing her. And people were like laughing. And then I like looked over. She literally crushed this is like a small girl. She's like, you know, like 5'1", like petite girl. She just like crushes her can in her hand and just storms off to the back. It was just like, dude, like that is like... That's when you know you truly beat somebody. They're so frustrated they literally cannot think.
Yeah.
She like squeezed a beer can and her fucking boyfriend like stood for like 8 seconds and was just kind of like took like a deep breath like, all right, and he like left. It's like that's really embarrassing. Because what are you gonna do? Console her that she got because
but don't fucking heckle.
Well, dude, you can tell just by her.
That's the thing about a music crowd too, as opposed to a comedy crowd. Comedy crowds usually know, you know, heckling does not go over well. These people are professionals at this shit. Music crowds, people heckle all the time. You get yelled out when you're on stage. But dude, you could just
tell by her demeanor that when she talks in her group, people don't tell her to shut up when she needs to, and that's basically what he told her to do, was just shut up. And she couldn't even, like, her body couldn't even contain the emotions. And then I
love that shit.
And then just like that's so embarrassing. Like I couldn't be with somebody to like wake up the next morning and be like, yeah, remember when you got like fucking embarrassed in front of all those people? Like I could never date a wooer, a heckler. Like, oh god, it makes me want to fucking.
That's the heckle part for me, because when I first started doing comedy, I was kind of a heckler, and I didn't really realize that like how shitty of a situation that is for a comic to be in. When you just start yelling random shit, it's just like, what the fuck?
So now apply that to the rest of your other life of what you currently do that you don't realize what you're doing. You probably do it a lot if you're
just out heckling.
Yeah, if you're a natural heckler, you're probably not using your turn signal. You know, whatever it may be.
I'm a professional driver, so I get paid hourly to drive. You think I'm not gonna take my time and use my signal?
You're a professional transporter. It's not they're not like, hey, Logan, we're paying you $100. We need you to race down to Granite and they just come right. We're gonna time you.
No, it's
that's a professional driver.
That's what I'm saying. But regardless,
you're a transporter.
I get paid hourly. You don't think I'm gonna take my time and use my fucking turn signal?
I don't know what you do in that thing, but. I gotta take off, dog.
All right, man. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
Last minute.
Sorry if this. Check out the shows. Mike from Cleveland. Call it.
Yeah, we got some shows coming up. You got anything else?
I'm doing a gay rodeo called Queers and Steers. No, that's it.
I was gonna say I should host that one.
No, go out to Logan shit. Like I said, you can probably get it for free at Crafter Vinyl if anybody's listening that wants to go. And if you're a comedian listening to this, fuck you and go to the roast battle.
There it is.
Point at the sock-covered mic.
All right. I'm going to have another whiskey.
All right, peace.
See ya.